Dating overseas is a fraud. Dating overseas is a fraud. It's the biggest lie that I've heard talked about throughout this community. Insiders, outsiders, pause. Men and women across the world. That dating overseas is better than dating in the States. That women overseas are submissive and they're this, that, and the third, and they make great wives. This is the biggest lie that I've ever heard in my entire life from the quote-unquote passport bro community. The biggest lie that I heard, that women overseas are so much better than women in America. That's a lie. What you find a lot in this community, quote-unquote, is a lot of men are going where they're appreciated. A lot of men are going where they're liked. A lot of men are going where the woman tells them anything they wants to hear. A lot of men are going places where women call them cute for the first time in their life. A lot of men are going places where women are giving them some attention. The attention they didn't get in middle school, the attention they didn't get in high school, the attention they didn't get in college. They're going overseas to get attention that they've never felt. That desire, that urge, that want, that appreciation that they've never felt a day in their life. So is it because that they go overseas and they find it, or is it because of the man that they see in the mirror? The man in the mirror is a terrible person to look at. When we are not chasing accountability for what we see in the mirror, we're not chasing accountability for our downfalls or shortcomings or lack thereof of our physical attributes, financial status. To think that going overseas and a woman don't care because you're broke is the biggest myth known to man with regards to dating women overseas. This isn't AI. This isn't a green screen, even though I like green screens and I love filters, to chase the background. This is my hotel room. Look, watch this. You see how it flew in the air? This is my hotel room. And I come to you right now in Santiago, the Dominican Republic, my favorite country in the whole wide world, where I feel like they have some of the most beautiful women in the world. I feel like the DR as a whole has some of the, if not the most beautiful women in the world. I come to you now telling you that dating overseas is a fraud. And you're not going to find many listen, you can count on one hand how many passport bros, quote unquote, that have been to more countries than me on YouTube. You can count on one hand. They might be more popular and, they're feeding you the clickbait and the stuff you want to hear, right? Everything sounds good when you want to hear it. Everything sounds good from a YouTuber when it's something that you want to hear. But from someone who is immersed themselves in traveling for the past 50 or 60 years, but who's counting? Let me tell you, dating overseas has caused me stress. Dating overseas has caused me more pain and suffering than it has caused me dating in America. Dating overseas has been the biggest myth buster that I've been out to bust. Pause. Dating overseas has been the worst experience of my life. Literally, dating overseas has been the worst dating experience of my life. In my entire life, if I look at all the horrible experiences and confrontations and, getting assaulted and beat up and scratched by Vanessa in Eindhoven, Netherlands, that works at Intimacy. If we look at all the horrible experiences that I've ever had in my life, and I've had some horrible experiences with the woman before Vanessa. Not as bad as Vanessa, but, I've had some horrible experiences with her. I've had some horrible experiences with, my ex-wife. I have historically had the most horrible experiences dating overseas, but guess what you've never heard me say in my YouTube videos about horrible experiences I've had dating in the States. I'm going to repeat that again. Guess what you've never heard me say in my videos? Guess what you've never heard me say in my videos? Guess what you've never heard me say in my videos? Guess what you've never heard me say in my videos? that I've had bad experiences dating in America. And if we're going to be honest, if we're going to call a spade, we can call black, and white, the sky blue. Dating overseas has been a tremendous reevaluation of my mental health. Dating overseas has been the biggest. It's been painful. It's been painful. I'm at the point in my life where I love traveling, right? I need a woman that travels too. Like, if she don't have a passport, she's disqualified. I'm lying. If I really like her, I'll get her one, right? Get an express passport. But dating overseas is painful. I've cried more tears dating foreign women than I have American women. I've been on the verge of doing the unthinkable, dating American women. I'm sorry, dating overseas women. Overseas women have had me on the verge of, you know what I'm saying? I can't even think about it. I can't even say those words. But dating overseas has had me on the verge of, you know, doing something that you can't come back from. You know what I'm saying? Dating overseas has been a disaster. You know, and I love Dominican women. Like I said, I think Dominican women are the most beautiful women in the world. But at this point in time in my life, right, an American woman is the best thing for me. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. An American woman at this point in my life is the best thing for me. Right? Listen, women are women, right? People think, oh, I'm going to get on a plane for 12, 13, 14, 15, 20 hours and the woman's going to be different from the woman that was in the same city as me. Women are women, and no matter where you go in the world, right? No matter where you go in the world, right? A woman wants something out of you besides for your good looks, quote unquote, or what you bring to the bedroom, quote unquote. Let me tell you something. From someone who's traveled to over 30 countries, right? I just know it's over 30, right? From someone who's traveled to over 30 countries, if you think that you're going to get on that plane and go overseas and that woman's different, you're going to be sadly, financially, mentally, and physically mistaken, distraught. You're going to be in a bind. You're going to be in a bind. So everyone in this passport bro community is telling you that women are better overseas. Tell them I said they are a liar. Tell them I said, send them this video. Hey, you are a liar. And those men, listen, I know guys that's on YouTube that's been in relationships. I know this girl on Insta that's in a relationship. And I know when I met her in 2023, she was selling. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not here to call no one out. There's women that I know were selling, and now they're in relationships. They're with these passport bros. No disrespect to the passport bros, disrespectfully, of course. But some of these dudes is marrying women that have a shaky past. Some of these dudes are marrying women that were had a hard life, literally. Right, I could post a picture. I'm not going to, I literally know someone right now that's in a relationship that I know was selling a couple of years ago. A lot of these dudes are going overseas and getting their world rocked. Some girl rocks his world, and of course she rocks his world. She's been with 375 guys, and she should know what she's doing after 375 guys. A lot of these dudes is going overseas and finding some woman that rocks his world, right, and treats him like the king that he thinks he is or should be treated as, to manipulate him into doing what she wants. And that's the same thing the women in America want. And that's provide. That's to take care of her. That's to pay her bills. Listen, here's my thing. I don't mind paying bills. I've been paying bills. I paid bills for years. I don't mind paying bills, but at what cost? Am I just paying your bills because you're cute? Because there's a lot of cute women. Like, I just walked up through my hotel that the girl at the reception was cute. The girl at the gym is cute. Am I paying your bills because you're cute? Or am I paying your bills because we genuinely have something in common? My next partner must bring something to the table besides for being cute. Because there's a lot of cute women in this world. My next partner must have goals and ambitions and drive. You can't be complacent in your life and be in my life. You can't be complacent in your life and be in my life. You can't be complacent in your life and be in my life because I am still trying to better myself. I am not the man I was 2 or 3 years ago. I am not the man I was 5 years ago. I am not the man I was 10 years ago. I am in a good spot in life. But I am not complacent. I'm still trying to better myself and make more money and have all of these ambitions and goals and things that I want. It's things I want to do now. That's why, I just bought this MacBook Pro, It's things that I want to do that I can't name that I'm trying to, I have all these goals and ideas to help the community and help people and help the world, even at my age of 21. So if I'm still trying to better myself and find ways to do more and get this and get that and get this and get qualified in this and get this, I can't find no woman. I can't be with no woman that's happy with how life is right now. I don't care if she's a millionaire, a billionaire, a trillionaire, a gazillionaire. I don't want no complacent woman. I'm going to tell y'all a story, man. I'm going to get off topic for a second. It's 9:44 in the DR, right? 9:45 in the DR, right? February 28th, 9:45 in the morning, Saturday. On the topic story, I met this young lady in the elevator yesterday. I said, hey, she looked a little down and out. I spoke to her, hey, how's your day going? She was like, oh, man, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 wow, right? Cool. So, like, hey, we was going to the pool together. I don't drink no more. That's another story. I haven't had a drink in months, right? But we was going to the pool, and most hotel pools got a bar, restaurant, whatever the case may be, a decent hotel anyway. And I said, let me buy you a drink. You know what I'm saying? I hope you feel better. So I went and bought I said, what do you want? And she told the lady, I grabbed the server, and she told the lady in Spanish what she wanted. I got a margarita, some spicy margarita, whatever a spicy margarita is, right? And she's American, by the way, right? So I bought a margarita and, went over there and talked to her friends, you know what I'm saying? She was over there with her girlfriends, and I'm shooting the breeze, blah, blah, blah. Having a simple conversation, right? And her friends were like, yeah, we approve. The truth can never be considered disrespect. She was like, oh, we approve. You good, da-da-da. I'm talking to her like, I bagged the number real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, that's what I hate, women that be like, oh, man, I blocked them. I left them on read. I ain't respond. Like, women think men just talk to one woman and hope it works out. But that's another story. So I ended up, her friends was cool. I'm talking to her friends, whatever. I did bag the number, but, I went back and bought everyone else around a drink. First, I bought her a drink. Then I went back and bought all her friends a drink. So I bought 4 margaritas the next time. You know what I'm saying? Bought 4 margaritas, right? Then I asked the dude, let me pay because I'm leaving. I'm not waiting for you to make 4 margaritas. I went back to my room because the pool was packed, right? So long story short, we had arranged a date, right? I went up there and seen her last night too, but whatever. Right? Long story short, we had arranged a date for this morning. We supposed to meet at 10 o'clock in the morning, right? I just told you it's 9:40, whatever it was. It's 9:47 now, right? I had sent her a place that she wanted to go to. Well, a place that I suggested we go to, right, for breakfast today. At 10 o'clock. We're supposed to eat breakfast today at 10 o'clock. So I sent to this place, Scory's Cafe, right, in Santiago. Scory's Cafe in Santiago. Right. I sent it to her. Last night at, I don't know, how do you see what time you sent something? Okay, you moved to I sent it to her last night at 10:27, right? 10:27 last night. I sent her the place for where we could go this morning, right? At 10 o'clock. It's 9:47, right? February 28th, 9:47, 9:48 now. We supposed to meet at 10. I ain't heard nothing from her. I sent her something at 10:30 last night where we should go. No recommendation. I ain't heard nothing from her. It's 9:48. We supposed to meet in 12 minutes. I ain't heard nothing from her. And she's American, by the way. So, I'm sure later she's going to say she was drunk, she overslept, she had a hangover, she didn't see my message, her phone was on silent, her phone battery was dead, she forgot her phone's in her friend's room, slept on her phone's on the floor, volume was low. I'm sure later today she's going to have an excuse, which is cool. Like, ain't no ring on my finger. Like, I don't really care that much. You know what I'm saying? I don't care that much. Like, it was an opportunity, we can hang out, cool. I don't mind, like, throw a little money, whatever. Breakfast, it's not going to put a hole in my bank account. Buying you breakfast is not going to make my bank account go overdraft, right? So it's not that big of a deal. So, long story short, she's American, and I messaged her 10:30 last night. We're supposed to meet in 11 minutes. I ain't heard nothing from her. So obviously we're not meeting in 11 minutes if I haven't heard from her since 10 o'clock last night. And I'm not here to bash American women or bash foreign women, but the same issues that you have overseas, you have overseas with these American women, you have overseas with these foreign women, you have with these American women. This is the same stuff that happens to me in a lot of countries. People stand you up. And the guy told me this one time, man. He said, when you plan a date, plan for 2 days. And this is one of the smartest things a man has probably ever told me with regards to the dating game. He said, always plan 2 dates around the same time in case something happens. Write that down. I'm going to put it in my book. He said, always plan 2 dates around the same time in case something happens. Because 99% of the time, something's going to happen. Somebody going to be late. I can tell you a story about in the DR, Santo Domingo, about a woman being late, woman being 30, 45 minutes late. And they expect you to still be there when they get there. They 40 minutes late. You're supposed to meet at 7 o'clock at night. They show up 7:45 and they think you're supposed to be there, right? What I'm trying to say is the same issues that I have overseas I have with American women. I'm going to tell you what separates American women from foreign women. A lot of these foreign women don't have no jobs. I'm going to talk about another video. A lot of them don't have no jobs. They live with their mother. Might live with 4 family members. They struggling. I got an iPhone 17 Pro Max. They got an iPhone 12, iPhone 11. A lot of these foreign women, and we being honest, guys, we calling a spade a spade. A lot of these foreign women bring absolutely nothing to the table. Matter of fact, the majority of these foreign women bring absolutely nothing to the table. I'm only telling you from experience, the majority of foreign women that I've met in my travels bring absolutely nothing. Vanessa too, absolute African Queen too, my ex-wife too. Every woman that I've dated brought absolutely nothing. 90% of women that I've met in my life brought absolutely nothing to the table. African Queen had goals. We tried to start some businesses and stuff. So she had goals, and so I give African Queen some credit. Right? We tried to start some businesses and make second streams of income. It didn't work out, but we tried. So I give African Queen some credit. But a lot of them had nothing to bring to the table. And I'm going to tell you what separates American women from foreign women. You ever met an American woman that was homeless? How many American women you know that stays with their parents and their grandparents? And this is what you're going to find in, I spent a little. This is what you're going to find in South America and the Caribbean and Asia and a lot of us, maybe not, I ain't going to put Europe in that box. Africa, this is what you're going to find. You're going to find women that are living with their family members, struggling. It's 4 people in a 2-bedroom house. You don't find that with American women. You don't. Would you rather be with a woman that has her own place, apartment, loft, condo, studio, high-rise, house, townhouse, duplex, or would you rather be with a woman that stays with four other family members? Would you rather be with a woman that stays with her mom and her grandma and her aunts and her cousins and 2 brothers and 1 sister, 2 dogs and a cat? Would you rather be with an American woman that has her own, or would you rather be with a foreign woman that stays in poverty and can't afford to pay rent and get her own place? Let me repeat that. Would you rather stay with an American woman that has her own, Or would you rather get with a woman that can't afford to pay her own rent? That's why she's still staying with her parents and her grandma. 3 dogs, a cat, a hamster, a rabbit, and a cow in the back that's always sick up. Then she wants you to send her money every month. Listen, the advantage to dating overseas has no advantages. And that's why at this point in my life, I don't really want no woman I don't really want no foreign woman, right? Unless she's actively pursuing me, right? Unless she's aggressive with the pursuit. Unless she's making it be known and shown and blown and blowing up my phone and calling me and texting me and video calling me and checking up on me. Unless she's asking me how was my day. I don't want no foreign woman to come in my life so I can get them out of poverty, get them out of their grandmother's. I'd rather have an American woman. Because at least I know she at least can pay her rent, her water, her electricity, her phone bill, her cable bill, her car note if she got one. She can at least pay to get her hair done, her nails done. At this point in my life, I don't want to date a foreign woman. We can have fun. You know what I'm saying? What we do, we do. Nobody got to know. 12 play. Nice and slow. We can have fun. Like if I'm in the country for weeks or a month, or I don't care if it's 3 days, and I meet someone, we can have fun. We can have a good time. We can go out. We can go on adventures. We can go on safaris. We can skydive. We can jet ski. We can go to dinner, lunch, breakfast, brunch. If I meet a foreign woman, we can do any of that stuff. We can have a good time. We can enjoy each other's company. I'm gonna get between your legs and, you know what I'm saying? Eat that kitty like it's never been ate before. Call me. I ain't gonna get into it. You know, I'm a you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull them legs back and go to work with that kitty cat. But I can't date no foreign woman, man. I just can't. And I don't suggest you do it either, man. It's really not worth it. It's like you gotta get a bill, you gotta get a car note. You going to get a $1,200 Corvette car note, or you going to get a $500 Honda Accord or $600 Acura. You can go get that $2,300 Lamborghini SUV car note, or you gonna go get that Hyundai Sonata. Dating overseas versus dating a foreign woman versus dating an American woman is about a bill, right? You're gonna have that bill no matter how you cut that cake. You're gonna have that bill. Do you want that Lamborghini bill, or do you want that Honda Accord bill for the rest of your life? The choice is yours.